Alright, working on another spoon here. This is a piece of nectarine wood, and this is the other half of the limb that this is coming from. And right now we're just kind of gently knocking in the curves, axing in the curves, and you can see this one really does have some really neat grain features. You can see where the limb came in. You see the main trunk of the tree with the rings right here. And of course, this is the time in the project that you're likely to, get cracks and stuff, but don't let that stop you. So let's do a little bit of light axe work. You don't want to take wild swings because it will crack big time. Alright, here are some of the examples of the types of spoons I generally do. You got this particular type. It doesn't really have much of a crank in it. The crank being the angle that the handle goes, and I call this more like a soup spoon. And I build this type of spoon because it's really stout. It won't break on you. You can carry this thing around all day long and it ain't gonna break on you. It really won't. And you got this one, this type here. Got a bit more of a pronounced crank to it. Looks more like a traditional spoon. And it ain't gonna break. You carry it around. It's lighter than the other one, and it's really the right dimensions where you can reach into like a Mountain House meal or MRE pouch or something like that. And obviously it doesn't create much of a problem getting into your mouth. Alright. I call this like a little pocket spoon. Real light to carry. Very strong. This is like peach wood here. That was nectarine. Apple. Alright. This is an old piece of spalted maple. You can see some of the spalting going on in there. Spalted wood is really light once it's gotten through the advanced stages, and it takes a while for the stuff to dry before you can really get a good final sanding on it. Okay. Another example of a piece of old nectarine wood. Real stout. It ain't gonna break. You can carry around this thing in your backpack, your pocket, or make a hole in it and put it around your neck for all that matter. Alright. Piece of apple wood. Real strong. Yep. I know a lot of people have asked, do I sell them? I haven't sold any spoons. Mainly I just do this as a hobby, but being fruit wood and stuff, you couldn't move this across international borders. Because and even some of the U.S. states may have some reservations about accepting stuff made of fruits and stuff like that into their states. But be honest with you, I've never even I wouldn't even know how to figure a price on something like this. I really wouldn't. I mean, it's a piece of wood from a fruit tree, a piece of wood from an old maple tree that got blown down in a storm. You can see this is a piece of wood that is the parent to this one, and this one, and this one. They were actually together at one point in time. So I don't know. You tell me what kind of style of spoon you think is most appealing. Kind of thinner, more pronounced of a crank, smaller, good crank, more of your really stout soup spoon. You know, squared handles, rounded handles. Yeah. But like I said, I wouldn't even know how to assign a price to something like this. I mean, obviously, you'd have to have some money for like shipping, in parts of the United States and stuff. But I've been doing this, a long time. There's bits of spoons all over the place. I'll tell you what. Let's take a walk over here into the garden real quick. And sometimes when the spoon breaks beyond me being able to fix it, I'll just toss it over in here. Oh, here's one. This guy here, it kept really developing all sorts of holes. I mean, it could probably be salvaged, but the wood was the whole piece was spalted wood, and every time you got deep into the bowl, bigger crack would develop. Okay. Well, we can bring it back over here, but you walk around in the garden, you'll find bits and pieces of, old spoons that I have worked on, and they just, for one reason or another, just didn't work out. You can see, we have not had rain now for like 5 weeks, and these are Brussels sprout plants and broccoli and cauliflower and collards. There's some kale over that way, and as you can see, the fruit trees, everything is getting ready to hunker down for a long winter's nap. Okay, but we'll put this one over here. Let's see what we can do with it, maybe. Okay, and this is a chopping block right here, and all I've done is, it's an old log that I bored 4 holes in, narrowed out the points, holes in the log, and put it in and balance it up. And every few months or so, I'll put some of that preservative on it where it won't rot. I mean, this piece of wood is almost like it's embalmed. And anybody who's wanting to get into doing stuff like that, if you're going to do it the old-fashioned way, axes and detail knives, Lloyd knives, hook knives, and stuff like that, obviously you're going to have to be really careful. Be very cognizant of where your fingers and stuff are. And before you really start doing it, get yourself a nice piece of long wood that you don't mind chopping on a bit, and practice how to control. You want to do light thing, choke up on your axe and everything. That'll give you more control. In my opinion, I do not want it so sharp where it literally one tap and it goes right through it like crazy. I want it reasonably sharp, but not super sharp. Because what will happen is like I said, it'll just slice right on through. Alright, I've taken a great many little taps with the little axe here, and we're starting to get that shape we want. And if anybody's interested in doing this, there's certainly ways to speed this up through mechanical means, like scroll saws and stuff like that, coping saws and Dremels and all that kind of stuff. And over the years, I have done all of that. I still find the greatest amount of enjoyment in doing it this way. Does it take a while? Sure it does. And is there a time in the project that you really don't think that you see anything in the wood? Yeah, yeah. But you can definitely see some of the coloration. See where a twig is coming out here. You see the main trunk of the tree. You can see where there's some water damage. And you just keep right on going. And another little twig head coming out there. Get rid of some neat colors on this. I have found that fruiting wood makes some of the really neatest color patterns. Now, spalted maple and stuff like that, beautiful. And some of you may have noticed some of those red spoons that I do. That's made from cedar. And definitely some pretty stuff. Really comes out nice. All right, we're chipping away here at the hand carved spoon and started working on the bowl. And it's definitely stout. I'm not sure how I want to take the handle yet, how thin, or I want to leave it stout, but we've been digging through here. It's going to have some nice color. It's not totally dry yet, but taking gentle little swings here. Like I say, you don't want the axe so sharp it slices right through it like butter. You definitely don't want that. Alright, let's take it over here to the table. Use the larger of the hook knives to work on the bowl. It's going to take some time to get down to the depth that you want, because this spoon is a good bit bigger than some of the other ones we've done. You want to kind of gauge with well, your own personal preference how deep you want the bowl to be. Pretty cool, the grain. Let's say you see the main part of the tree right here. See the rings? You see where a stick, twig started coming through here. Some over there, a smaller one. You see the rings of the main part of the tree right in here. Once you get it to the size you want it, you can start sandpapering it and stuff like that, sand blocks. Then the really cool grain patterns will start popping out. Nice brisk Saturday morning. Wind is blowing, leaves are wafting on down. I'm going to say it's about 53 degrees Fahrenheit. Your classic fall day here in Virginia, and I think the weather pattern is supposed to change up. It's supposed to start raining maybe Monday, I think. Anyway, I'm doing a little bit of bowl work here on the spoon and whatnot, and taking a look at the various features of this spoon. Ooh, that feels good. I love it. Finally, finally. We're not too far away from winter weather. Get out and do some camping. I've been toying with an idea for a winter project, and I like to take like a log like this, and put some of the spoons that we built, when they're like this, and you know, take like a magic marker here and trace it. You know, some like this and some like this, and kind of create like a thing where, you know, how somebody that can look at a tree or a log or something and see the spoon inside of it, you know, how to work the wood and stuff, and then lightly carve the impressions of the spoon all through the log. And I don't know, maybe even make a little lamp out of it or something, you know, get one of those kits or something. That's what I'm thinking about doing, taking, you know, different spoon shapes, and you know, some of them will be facing like this, some of them like that. You see how this particular log has the beginning of a burl, small burl, and this is a well-seasoned piece of wood, so there'll be some Dremel work involved in it, along with detail knives and hook knives and whatnot. What do y'all think? I think that'd be a neat winter project. Obviously, it's going to take some time to do that level of carving, but that's what I'm thinking about doing.